Is holidays being masked? Am I saying that right? Masked?
Mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's like holidays being masked.
I'm gonna say yeah. Um, I want to say I think every holiday got a little misconception to it, which I would say kind of happens a lot, especially when we're young. Like that's one thing I talk about. I realized, like, bro, being older now, like your perceptions change on things, and it's simply because I mean a lot of this stuff be a misperception. Like, but anyway, yeah, yeah, yes, it's I mean, yeah. Like you see Easter, you got the damn bunny, right?
Yeah.
You got these eggs. The kids are doing Easter hunts, which is fun, right? It's all cool. I think if you're a parent, it's dope. It's all good. I think you love it as a parent. Your kid gets all this joy, but I mean, it's also a time and place for everything. So I feel, kids who, little kids, like our little sister, she was doing Easter hunt. She's 2. Um, that's fun. You know what I mean? Who don't want to see that? But it's still a misconception. Like, I still feel like maybe you don't really get to the bottom of it. And I would say it's our responsibility. It's up to us to, navigate and find our way to the bottom of things. But it's definitely a mass thing. You can go through all the holidays and stuff. It's definitely a misconception.
No, I agree. Even when we look at Christmas with Santa Claus, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm starting to realize? Look, I'm not trying. You know what I'm saying? Most of the masked holidays are like Christian holidays.
You're right, because if you look at Halloween, we let Halloween be Halloween.
Yeah.
Kind of like
So it's not really a true meaning behind Halloween, like a deep meaning behind it.
that'd be a good question. Like, what the hell? Why did Halloween get created for?
I don't know.
If anybody knows, enlighten us on why Halloween was why was it created? Because it don't really have a meaning behind it. From what I know, it's just a day everybody gets dressed up, and it's a day you kind of can get away with wearing certain clothes or representing a freaking demon. You can get away with wearing.
See what I
You
mean?
can look at that as evil, right?
Exactly.
But you can walk around with blood on you. You can be dressed up as a damn killer clown or a damn killer. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody. I remember a couple years ago, people were dressing up as Jeffrey. What was his name?
Not Jeffrey
What
D.
was what was his name?
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, like if you think about it, bro, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. But
He actually killed people.
yeah, that ain't cool. But you get away with it, right?
Yeah.
You get away with it. And he's a real life character though.
Real
He,
life.
you know, he's not even a Michael Myers. But yeah.
Um, I'm gonna ask this question. Oh, I want you to think about this, viewers who are like non-believers. It, do you think it's a coincidence that Easter or Christmas, the day that Jesus was born, and the day Jesus rose from the dead, do you think it's a coincidence that they're trying to push Santa Claus or they're trying to push the Easter Bunny on kids instead of just teaching what
Mm-hmm.
the true meaning of them holidays is for? You know what I mean? And
Right.
then when you, like Sean said, you got a holiday like, well, I don't claim this kind of holidays. I just claim it's like my traditional holidays. I really celebrate those. But even like when Sean said, he said a Halloween, like they don't try to mask what is literally kind of pushing out bad energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's pushing out kind of like for boys and girls like slutty behavior,
Right. Right.
which is you know what I mean, you know how it is.
Right.
But do you think it's a coincidence? Like, man, I'm trying to teach our brains. I'm trying to eat at your brains, but for a little, just make you sit there and think. Like, just think about it. Just think about it.
Right.
You know that?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think about like Valentine's Day. But certain holidays, like they kind of just, I don't know, they can make you feel left out too, right? Because
Yeah.
like, cause with Christmas you get gifts, gifts, gifts. Everybody don't get gifts, bro. Valentine's Day, everybody not. You might have a girl, but everybody not giving flowers out and stuff. Like,
Exactly.
it's what do I want to call it? It's like a money grab. Like
Yeah.
you just grabbing my money. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Easter, Christmas, the money grabs. Then we're like, we get caught up in this buying, which is cool, right? Because in a way you're able to give, right? So that's good stuff. But it's still a money grab, though.
Yeah.
It's still a money grab, but yeah,
Um,
that's part of the world, though.
that's what I really wanted to say. You know me. I was gonna say the world is trying to
Mm-hmm.
close. Yeah, I guess. Just ask yourself this: if you was in power and you knew something was true, you probably do the same thing they're doing. Like,
Right.
I ain't really have them know the real, have everybody, even kids, know the real meaning of these holidays, because that's
Right.
gonna stir them away from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And most of these people of the world is ran by the number one enemy who hates Jesus the most, which is the devil. So,
Right.
yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Right.
Uh,
What we need to
Speaking
know?
of Jesus, do you think he will be pleased with how today's churches are?
Yeah, let's get into that.
I'm gonna say no. Because I'm saying no and yes, because there is actually some genuine people out there. Like, not everybody's in it for the wrong reasons, but there are people out there who are like, they're either preaching the wrong word or they're doing it for the wrong reasons and not really moving like where there's a preacher, or moving like how they should be moving. So I don't think he'd be pleased. Also, it's written in the Bible that Jesus stormed the temple, and like he like he rushed everybody out because they was using his temple for like selling things, and for like kind of like gambling a little bit. Like, they were using his temple for the wrong reasons, and in a sense, people are still doing that because they're just trying to do it for the money grab. So, yeah, I'm saying he would not be pleased, or he'd be 50-50. He'd be 50-50. Just like how he is with people, though.
Right.
When he returns, he's not going to be some people, he's going to do some people. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say church. They're still doing the God's work, and it's still good, but it's a lot of antics with it, though. I feel like it's a lot going on. Um, these mega churches, it's the damn. Well, I say it look like a damn Mardi Gras. It's like a damn parade, but it's also good though. I don't think it's too bad, but I think there's definitely things that we can look at. That's like, what the hell? Like, people. I mean, we seen it on display right now. Like, you know, but I feel like a church. When a church gets so big, I kind of get it. Like, you got so much going on, and you are trying to will people in to come to your church. You want to come become big, 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 but I don't think that's really God-like, or that's not really what God really wants. He just wants you to put the word out there and praise Him and give Him the glory without all the antics, right?
Yeah, but the problem is being is when what comes with antics, what comes with that turns into entertainment.
Yeah, that's the
So
word, entertainment.
when you go to church, you're there to learn about God. You're there to learn about the Bible. You're there to learn about the Word. But like, I'm not gonna say it's wrong for the entertainment purposes, but that could actually steer somebody the wrong way to not be focused on what they're there to learn about. If that
Right.
makes sense.
If
Like,
nobody,
say for instance, I bring my kids there, and they like, I'm not gonna force nothing on my kids. Just as God gives us the free will to choose Him or not, I'm gonna do the same thing. But my kids are gonna be raised in the church, and they can choose whether they're gonna part ways from it or not. But anyways, let's say you take your kids to like one of them antique churches. I want my kids to be knowing that we are going to church to learn about God. We're not going to church to for a concert. Yeah, we ain't going to church for a concert. You know what I mean? Unless, because I'm gonna be doing too much. And so I'm gonna be doing too much. And speaking of doing, like, you got something to say? Before I
no,
say something
no,
else to say?
no, keep going.
But speaking of doing too much, like, even some Christians probably didn't like this, but Druski like tapped into that, and I didn't take offense to it because he's just showing that there's actually, to me, he was just exposing the corrupt preachers.
Yeah, he went viral as hell.
Yeah, like to me, he was just
That's
exposing the corrupt preachers.
I think that's like one of the biggest skits I've seen this year. That skit went crazy.
Exactly. So it's like
dude was coming from the ceiling, flying in to the stage. If I'm not mistaken, he did that. He's talking about, so what did he say? I pulled it up earlier because I know he was gonna talk about this. What did he say though? He said something about Christian Louboutins. I got red on my feet because I'm stepping in the blood of Jesus, some shit like that.
Yeah, and then I think he was in a car and like somebody who like they was probably homeless or something came up to him, and he's in his nice car. He's acting as a preacher, so he's in his nice car. He drifted down, and I think the homeless person or whoever he was playing as came up to him asking for some money, and Druski was like, "Step back, man! Like don't get too close to the car," or something like that. And he drove off. But my point is, that's how some of these. That's actually how. On a serious note, that's actually how some of these preachers are. Like they would preach this word, and then they would be materialistic and not even try to help the ones in need. So
yeah, they coming in and drip. They coming in and drip down. They got Gucci, Louis. What is it? Dior, Dolce Gabbana,
Red Cuban chain. I think I seen some. I think I did see a preacher with some Cuban chains on.
I have not seen. I ain't gonna lie. If you were a preacher and you weren't Cuban link chains, bro, you doing too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You doing too. Cause you know what it is? Nah.
Let's go and dive into this because it's the next.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You know what that is though? They making it all about themselves. That's really attention seeking, to be real.
Mm-hmm.
But like we could say, oh, would y'all want y'all preacher to drip down head to toe? Like he's coming in, you know how Monty come in, chains, watch, you know what I mean? He really looked like he just came off the street. Like he a rapper. That's how he get. Like y'all letting y'all jacking y'all preacher that's coming in looking like a rapper. How you feel? Would you jack him?
It's something that you gotta pay attention to.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely gotta raise your eyebrow. Like, what is he on?
Exactly.
You know, because he's trying to make a statement. He's trying to grasp the attention. Because that's what you do. You know, when you put on nice clothes, you know, it's kind of making a statement. You know, you put on nice whatever. You might have some nice ass cologne, nice ass perfume. You know what you're doing. So it's like, then the clothes is like, you know, that's what we wear. And you come in there, every Sunday, probably on Wednesday, whatever you do. How do you schedule this? Look, you come in there every week, drip down. You got Gucci, Louis, you got all. You probably ain't got a watch on. I just said some dude got a damn chain on.
Yeah,
that's wild. I ain't never seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, a couple little jewelry pieces is cool, but this for your clothes, man. I don't think you should be wearing. I think every once in a while maybe put a little design on, but there's actually preachers out here wearing designer every Sunday. Every Sunday they are wearing designer. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think you should be doing that.
And also, like, how do I say this? A lot of people go to church to not a lot of people. No, actually, a lot of people. A lot of people go to church because they're feeling down about themselves. So say you go to church and then you see your preacher. You shouldn't think materialistic anyways, but you go to church and you see a preacher dripped out and chains and stuff like that, and you're like, damn, he's really materialistic. But it's like, damn, I can't really get uplifted. And he's kind of making me feel like he's, I guess you could say, above me because he's coming like this. And I don't know how to explain it, but it is materialistic though. I think preachers who are moving like that, they are showcasing materialism, and that is, I don't like that at all. Because they're making it about them and they're trying to get attention. I think that's what it is.
And it's definitely not about them. Yeah, but they're giving the word, they're doing God's work, but that material stuff ain't part of it.
It can be a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, actually. It can be a distraction.
Yeah.
It can be a distraction.
Yeah.
But speaking of them preachers, hey, you seen that one clip where the dude was preaching, he said, nobody's leaving until y'all pay?
I have not seen
that. He
said,
shut them doors.
Not a skit?
Bro, he said nobody's leaving until we like raise a certain number, and the number was pretty big. People, if you watch anything on, they don't know what I'm talking about. But bro,
I know, that's
he
wild.
dead serious said, closing doors. Nobody's leaving.
Louisville?
No, I don't think it was Louisville, but he said closing doors. Nobody's leaving until we raise a some. Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I was attending, if I was in attendance and then he was on, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is he on? I think that gets into the next segment though. Should you feel guilty for not paying commission to your church or whatever church you attend to?
You can answer.
No, I don't think you should feel guilty, especially if you are doing other things and doing just doing good things in the world. I don't think it's necessary. You shouldn't feel guilty, right?
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't feel guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel guilty, but I do advise to give even if it's like $2 to the church. To me, but then again, that's why you gotta be careful of the genuineness of the preacher because they could be using that money for wrong reasons. But
yeah, that's what I would want to know. Like, where's all that money going?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it goes into are they taking my money and spending it on themselves?
And then that's why when the preacher comes in Druski, that's what you're kind of thinking a little bit.
Right.
Like, hold on now. I want this money to go to the church so we can probably get something so we can add this or something in this. You come right here with Cuban links on.
If the church is already big though, right? Should you be giving really or?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I say this is like a peak church, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Peak.
I think if a church is big like that, they should add. I think there's no. I can't remember how many. It's different for every church. I can't remember how many like bowls of offerings they offer. But if they don't do this, then I think if a church is already big, matter of fact, I think they should do a period. Have an offering. So usually it's for the pastor or the crew or whatever, and then it's the for the church, and then I think they should add like charity / homelessness. Like
Right.
you put that money towards giving to the homeless, giving to the needy. So but I definitely think if you're a big church, top church, you should definitely have that option over there. So
but should they still be asking money for people in attendance? Have the little baskets passing around. Like at that point, do you really still need me? But I mean, what you think?
Yeah.
Still give.
Yeah, still give.
Right.
Oh no, that's what I really want to say. All right, so this don't really have nothing to do with church, but it does have something to do with money. We do gotta realize that it's written in the Bible, but we do gotta realize that the money that we have now, like I get it's hard to not live in the present moment, but the money that we have now is not gonna matter once it's time to go.
Right.
Which I mean is you can't take the money to the grave, and you're not gonna take the money up wherever you're going.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to take it with you. Now, I'm not saying I'm not the one to say who's going to hell, but I'm just saying wherever you're going, you can't take that money with you. And Jesus says, "Don't stay." I tend to fall into this. I'll be like, "I'm trying to save up money. Probably like, say somebody asks me for money, I'm like, I ain't giving it to you right now. I ain't got it. I ain't really got it myself. And I'm like, it ain't mine. It really ain't mine. Like all this, it ain't mine. And it ain't gonna matter when I die. You know what I mean? Jesus says, "Don't save up treasures on earth," because it's really not going to mean nothing. It's really not. Jesus tries his hardest to prepare us for what really matters, and that's like spiritual, earthly things like money and earthly materialism. It really don't matter because you can't take it nowhere with you. Like you worked your whole life to get rich, and then you die.
No, facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you build that connection up with God,
I will say this though, it is for you, the ones that come after you though. That's you know.
it is. But then again, the world's gonna end one day.
Right.
But it is though. You do want to take care of those people.
Yeah.
But
that's who I think about. Like once I go, which I'm not nowhere near that, right? But I have thought about that. Like, yeah, you definitely want to leave something, right?
Don't be greedy. Basically, based on what I'm saying, don't be greedy. It's nothing wrong. Like, let me say this. Let me make it clear. There's nothing
Make it clear
wrong.
that
There is nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with having money. But if you do have money, you should probably give to the needy and don't be greedy. Oh, it rhymes. Now, real talk though, like you should though, because this money, this stuff doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters the most is what you're gonna be doing in afterlife, because afterlife is eternity. But yeah, trying to get me to preach today, y'all. I don't know if y'all realize that. He knows. He knows how to tune me in. He knows what he's doing.
You know how people have the order of what I want to say.
It's kind of like hierarchy. Like who comes first, who comes second.
Right. Who comes first? Who comes second? Who comes third? Let me see what you guys think. It's not in order. I'm gonna say it. Children/wife, God, or family. What goes in order? You want to go?
I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching this. Y'all should already know what I got going first. God goes first. Once you get married, wife comes second. Children comes third. Family comes last.
I agree.
Yeah. As much as your children are important to you, very important to you, but because even when they get married, you're really supposed to really. When you get married, you become one. Right. So it's like that person is like that person's your rock. That person's a part of you. So that person should be valued and cherished. I'm not saying that there's. I'm not gonna say there's a significant difference between your wife and kids, but at the end of the day, the only way that the only way your kids here, and the only way they're raised right. Mm-hmm. Well, let me say this. Shout out to single mothers, because I was raised with a single mother. I'm not gonna say that you can't be raised right with a single mother or a single dad, but obviously the goal is always to be together when you raise a family. So, and I think that that helps the kid better. So, I think God first, keep your family together. So you got prior towards your husband and wife, kids, and then family.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
God, your significant other, kids, then family. I think. Yeah.
I think I low-key think it's like that.
But anyway, I've seen so reason I did want to bring this up today, because I think I've seen somebody say that they put their wife/kids over wife and kids come first, then God, then family. Yeah,
he's trying to get me deep to it. Cause I was gonna say, how can you truly be a believer in God and you put him not first?
Yeah. In response to that, if someone had their order like it, I would say, I think we all know. I don't want to get too deep, but I mean, we're not here if it ain't no God.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like
he's the glue.
Yeah.
He's the only what makes it stick. So I can't. I
would understand it.
We'll say he has to go number one. It only makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of don't make sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense if I had my wife. One.
Yeah. It don't make sense. Cause you gotta, depending on how you want to do it, but more than likely, whether you do it through like a full marriage, like through the church, or whether you do it just like by yourself, like you more than likely plan to she's the one that let me know, or something like that. Give me a sign or something like that. Like you going to him first for confirmation
before it become a thing.
Exactly. So it's like he gotta be first. He set it up.
You set it up. You said it right there.
He set it up.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah. You was asking the Lord for that girl.
Yeah, he's like, "Lord, please send me the right one. Please send me the right one. Please send me the
Uh-huh.
right one." And then he sent you the right one, and then you gonna put him second.
Right.
Come on, you know what I mean? Come
Right.
on. I told y'all he's trying. He want me to talk deep to y'all today, and I will. You know what I'm saying?
Talk right, talk right. What we do is talk right, talk right. Monti and Sean, talk right, talk right. All we do is talk right, talk right. Brothers Monti and Sean, sports, culture, inspiration. Yeah, you want the information? Tune in, this the formation. Talk right, talk right, talk right. Coming at you now.